Hi, my name is Wendy. I'm the mother of Corporal Brandon Meyers. He died by suicide June 28, 2013. And since then, I've been running a car show called Brandon Meyers Memorial Car Show. I raise money for dogs, for service dogs, for our veterans. It stops them from dying by suicide. Every day we lose 30 to 35. And with having a benefit like this, and enjoying all the cars, meeting new veterans, making connections, we can save one vet at a time with one pet. So please enjoy the next video.
Hi, my name is Bill, and this is my 1972 Chevrolet C10 pickup that I'm been working on for about a year and a half.
Talk to us about this engine that you have here.
Well, it's just a crate 350 engine. I've got a 177 wind blower on it. Nothing real special. It's probably pushing about 475 horsepower.
Right. And then you know what I noticed? There's a lot of different types of blowers out there. And I noticed that you have a modest-sized blower. Is it basically to fit into the compartment, or is it for some other reason?
No, that's exactly what I wanted when I decided to build this truck. Is that I didn't want it sticking. I was going to go with the larger blower at first, larger engine, as a matter of fact, but I just decided I wanted to go for the clean look and have the blower up underneath the engine. So I had to buy a modified hood for it, and it just barely fits, believe it or not. But it turned out real nice.
How long have you owned this?
I've had this for about 3 years now. Drove it for about a year, and then I decided to customize it.
We talk about these rims. These are rims that are made by whom?
These are Riddler rims. I've got 18 inches on the front and 20s on the rear.
Nice.
So
the truck really stand out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes the truck stand out. It's actually a 1972 cab, but it has a 94 bed on it. So it gives you sort of a different type look, something that you rarely see. I haven't seen another one like it yet. But the bed fit perfectly. It matches up real nice, so it almost looks like it was made that way.
How does it sound when you step on it?
It's real good when you step on it. It'll go pretty good, especially when the boost kicks in from the blower. So you got to be careful with it. That's for sure.
Pickup truck. Do you have any problems with it being too light or too heavy in the back?
Well, it is light in the back. There's no doubt about that, and that's why you have to sort of be, careful from the stop when you jump on it, because the back might want to break away from you just a little bit. So I'm cautious. I haven't had any issues with that, but it will get away from you if you let it. Yeah, there's a houndstooth interior, and of course, I've taken the steering column, the gear shift off the steering column, and we customized one and put on the floor. It's a B&M shifter that's on the floor. Houndstooth interior. I painted the engine red to go with the red interior. I'm struggling right now because I'd like to change the interior, but everybody seems to like this houndstooth with the red, so I guess I'll leave it alone for a little while.
Oh, sure. So you have a couple of horns all trimmed out?
Yep, custom horns. I had this bracket here custom made for me from one of my friends that made it, that turned out real nice. It sort of hides the radiator when you're looking at it straight on.
Very, very clean. Very clean.
it's a work in progress. There's still some things I need to do to it, but you know, I'll take my time. Over the winter, I'll do some things, and it might look just a little bit different when next year rolls around. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm going to introduce you to Peggy Moran. She runs One Pet, One Vet. She's the trainer. She could tell you a little bit more about it with all the funds that I raised that I'm currently giving to them.
Hi. Well, so thanks to donations from Wendy, we've been able to place service dogs in homes. And so far to date, just since last year's car show, 2 of the dogs Wendy donated have saved 3 lives of veterans. So we're really appreciative of that. These dogs make a huge difference in the lives of veterans. Through donations, we are able to purchase puppies from a reputable breeder, and then we begin their training, which takes between 18 and 24 months. It costs between $15,000 and $20,000 per dog to go from start to finish, and none of the costs are absorbed by the veterans who receive these dogs from One Pet, One Vet through donations like yours. So it's been very meaningful to us to be invited here and to be a participant and a recipient of your car show. So thank you so much. In Brandon's honor, I know this is making a huge difference for other veterans. The reduction in rate of suicide drops from 21% over the statistic for civilians to normative to civilian suicide rates. So a 21% reduction for PTSD veterans that have a service dog is profound. That's a really meaningful difference. So again, these dogs change lives by going out and facilitating veterans entering into public spaces where they may be too stressed to go on their own, re-entering into relationships with their families and others, and having company when they go home, having the unconditional love of a dog. So many of the tasks that they perform make the difference between life and death, literally. So thank you all very much.
And just one last note. People hear the term 22 too many a lot. That means 22 suicides from our military veterans every day. That is actually a wrong term. It's actually 30 to 35 because the states only count 23 states. And if you take the whole number from the start of the war, around 9,000 have died killed in action. Over 112,000 have died by suicide.
And that's an unnecessary number.
We can stop it.
We can, and service dogs are really shown to make a huge difference. So please help support any service dog organization for veterans with PTSD, if not ours. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is where the proceeds are going to help train service dogs for veterans suffering with PTSD. So we actually do have One Pet, One Vet here with us. We have Eric and Peggy with us, along with a couple of special guests, a couple of the service dogs in training. So it's glad to have them here, and we're actually going to have them tell you guys a little bit about what they do, some of the dogs that they work with, kind of how they operate, and we'll go from there. So first up, we have Eric here with One Pet, One Vet.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out today. We really appreciate your support, and especially for Wendy. This is the second year that we've partnered with her. Her and her volunteers for putting this on. It really makes a big difference in what it is that we do. What we do is we train service dogs for veterans that are diagnosed with PTSD. And the reason we do this is part of the reason why we're here in remembrance of Brandon is for veterans that are suffering with PTSD and depression to help bring down the number of veteran suicides, which as a lot of people may know out here are at basically epidemic proportions. So what we do through the training of the dogs allows the veterans to live a better, more fulfilled life through the love of the dog, and also they get to spend a lot of time around other veterans that are in the same situation as them, so it offers them that support that way also. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. You can check us out on onepetonevet.com or One Pet, One Vet Facebook page to see what we do. You'll see pictures of the veterans and where your donations and stuff are going, so you can keep track of us that way. We have a tent set up right over here. If anybody, you're more than welcome to come by. We have a couple of our dogs up here, service dogs in training, and a future mother of service dogs, Blossom. And you're more than welcome to come by and check those out and ask us any questions that you have about training or the program itself. If you know anyone who might be interested or who may need this type of service, it is 100% free to the veterans in the program. We are a 501c3, fully funded by private donations. So we appreciate you coming out, and a big thank you to Wendy again for making this all possible. Thank you.
As you guys heard from One Pet, One Vet, It is an extremely important cause to all of us. The estimates are roughly 22 veterans per day commit suicide. Obviously, our goal is to stop that trend and get that number down to 0. So anything you guys can do is definitely appreciated. We appreciate everyone coming out with all their cars, everyone coming out to check out all the cars, donate. Lots of raffles, silent auctions still going on up front. You guys still have time to cash in on all that. Let's continue having a good time.
Please, please, please subscribe. We appreciate it.